everybody. Today's problem has to deal with this bag of rice. Now I have a problem. My problem is that I have this bag of rice, okay? But I want to make it last the entire week, all 7 days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the total bag. So I'm gonna need to split this bag of rice into like each day. So I'm gonna show you guys how I use division in everyday life, especially during quarantine. So I'm going to take this 721, okay? And I know I have a total of 721 grains of rice. Grains of rice. Now, I want to split this total 721 into the 7 days. So I'm going to divide it or split into my 7 days. Over here, I'm going to draw my visual, okay? Because I always want to draw a math problem. But I'm going to show you how to do our step-by-step area model. So I'm just going to draw a circle for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we're going to add Sunday right down here, okay? In order to label each one of these groups, I'm going to put an M for Monday, T, W, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay? Here's each one of my days. So now we're gonna see the visual representation if I put each one of these grains on a plate. First, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my total amount of grains of rice, 721, and I'm going to divide it into my 7 days. I'm going to split this total amount into those 7 days over there. After I've written my problem out correctly, I'm going to want to write my magic numbers. 100, 50, 20, 10, 5, 2, 1. Now I have all my numbers on the side. And when I'm writing these numbers out to the side, I want to make sure that I leave room and have to leave space on the in-between because this is going to be important later. So make sure that you're leaving your space out and you're writing it in a straight line. If you're writing in your notebooks when you're solving these problems, it's a great way to use your blue lines to help you organize that information, okay? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply each one of my magic numbers by 7. The reason I'm going to multiply each one of these magic numbers by 7 is because I know this magic numbers represents the grains of rice. And this 7 equals the amount of days. My days didn't split up automatically, didn't get a random extra day. I will only have 7 days, so I'm going to multiply each one by 7. Okay? So now let's go ahead and solve for each one of these multiplications. I know that 100 times 7 equals 700. I know that 50 times 7, if I take 5 times 7, I know that equals 35. And I'm just going to add a 0 because I know I'm dealing with my tens place value because I have 5 groups of 10, and that's how I get that 50. I'm going to do 20 times 7. I know that 2 times 7 equals 14. Now that I have 14, I'm going to add another 0 because I know I have 2 groups of 10 or 20. I know that 10 times 7 equals 70. 5 times 7 equals 35. 2 times 7 equals 14. And 1 times 7 equals 7. Okay, and I know for this 5, 2, and 1, I don't need to add any extra zeros because I know I'm only dealing with my 1's place value. I don't have any numbers that are dealing in my 10's place value, so I do not need to add a 0. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start at the very, very top, okay? I'm going to start at the 100, the largest number, okay? Because we always want to work smarter and not harder. So if I start off with this 100, can I give 100 grains of rice to each day? Can I give 100 grains of rice to Monday? 100 grains of rice on Tuesday? 100, 100, 100, 100, and 100. Now let's see, can I give 100 grains of rice? Can I split this 720 grains of rice and give 100 grains of rice to each day? Let's check. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. I can use this 100. I can give 100 grains of rice to each day. I can give 100 grains of rice to each day because that means I divvied out a total of 700 grains of rice. On the side right here, I'm going to write that 100 because this is going to show me how I split up, how many are in each group. I'm going to put my 100 here because this shows me how many of grains of rice I've already used, I've already given out. So now I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to extend that line longer because I want to keep this information organized so when I come back to add it all up at the end, I won't get confused. So now let's start right here. 1 minus 0, that just equals 1. And then 2 minus 0, or 20 minus 0, is going to equal 2. And the reason I said 20 minus 0 is because that this 2 is in my 10's place value, so we know it's actually 20 and not just 0. Now I have 7 minus 7, and that's going to be a 0. I don't need to put that 0 there because it's just unnecessary. It's not important. Okay, let's go back to the top. Let's see if we can use that 100 grains of rice. Again, it gave me a lot of rice, right? Can I give 700 grains of rice away if I only have 21 left? The answer is no. I cannot use it, so I have to lose it. And when I lose it, I'm going to cross it off just like that. When I cross it off, it shows me I'm not going to go back to that one, and because it's already too big. If it's too big, I can't use it. Took care of my 100. Now let's go down to my 50. Can I give 50 grains of rice to each day, divvying out a total of 350 if I have 21 grains of rice? No, I cannot. It's way too big. So I cannot use it, so I have to lose it. Cross that off. I'm no longer going to use it, so I got to lose it. So I took care of my 100, took care of my 50, now let's take care of my 20. Now, some of you are saying, yes, I can use 20 because I see 21. However, this 20 represents the grains of rice that are going into each day. So if I did 20 to each day, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, that would be a total of 140 grains of rice. Well, do I have 140 grains of rice left? No, I don't. I only have 21 grains of rice left. So I'm going to cross it off. I can't use it, so I'm going to lose it. Next, let's try my 10. Can I give 10 grains of rice to each day? No, 70 is bigger than 21. Can't use it. What about 5? Can I give 5 grains of rice to each day, giving a total of 35 grains of rice? No, I cannot give 35 grains of rice away because I only have 21, and 35 is greater than 21. I can't use it, so I'm going to lose it. Now, let's try 2. 2 seems, this one was interesting to me. Can I give 2 grains of rice to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Yes, I can. I can give 2 grains of rice to each day because that means I'm only splitting 14 grains of rice and I have a total of 21. So I'm going to subtract 14 because I gave away those 2 to each days. And here is where I want to put my 2. I don't want to forget that 2. That's why I said I want to always bring that number out so I won't forget to add it to the end. So now I have this 2, and I'm going to subtract because I have to find my new, what's left over grains of rice. 1 minus 4, can I take 4 away from 1? No, so I'm going to have to look and borrow from my neighbor. And this 2, I'm going to change to a 1, and I'm going to take that whole 10, and I'm going to switch this 1 to an 11. So now I think, can I do 11 minus 4? Yes, I can do 11 minus 4. 11 minus 4 equals 7. Took care of my 1's place. Now let's go to my 10's place. 1 minus 1 equals 0, but I've learned before I don't need to write that 0 again. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. Let's see if I always want to start back at the top. Took care of my 100, took care of my 50, 20, 10, 5. We're at my 2. Can I give 14 grains of rice away if I have 7 left over? No, I can't. Because 14 is greater than 7. I can't use it, so I'm going to lose it. Now, let's see. Can I give 1 grain of rice to each one of my days if I have 7 left over? And the answer is yes, I can. I can give 1 grain to Monday, 1 to Tuesday, 1 to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I give 1 grain of rice to each one of those days. So I would take away, and if I gave 1 away, I'd have a leftover of 7. Make sure you extend that line, and you write your 1 right here. And I know 7 minus 7 equals 0. So I got 0, and this is where I'm going to circle this remainder. In this problem, luckily, I won't have any rice left over because I got 0. However, in some problems that I solve, this leftover amount is going to be my answer. Sometimes I need to add it to one of my groups. Sometimes I need to just take it away. In this case, we don't have any. So now my goal is trying to figure out, well, how many grains of rice do I need for each day, right? If I split out my entire packet, okay? And that's when I'm going to add up my sum, take that 100 plus 2 plus 1, and I would get 103 grains of rice per day. And I can use my model over here because how many are on my plate for Monday? 100 plus 2 plus 1, 103. And I know that it's all even. Do you guys see? That's the most important part when splitting those groups out. I want to make sure that they're evenly distributed because I don't want to eat more on Monday and then not the same amount on Saturday because I might get hungry. Okay? So I showed you guys how to use math every single day during dinner.